All right, so as we start this one, I just want to remind you guys, I'm just trying to give you guys some tough love, and here's why. One of the key parts that I have seen was actually a high school friend. So back when I was in high school, the Lilly Foundation, which I know is at least in LaGrange County, I assume it's in the other counties, they would give out a full ride scholarship to one kid per school. Now it's one kid per county, but I'm a 2003 graduate. The kid that won the Lilly, okay, had a full ride to Purdue and watched him squander it because he got in over his head because nobody would give him any tough love. He thought high school was a joke, okay, and skated through. So when he went to Purdue in pre-vet, an extremely difficult major, he lost it because he failed out because he couldn't make the adjustment of doing his homework and going to class in his difficult classes. He acted like he was in high school. And so when I do some of this and try to give you a little bit of tough love and say, some of you are ready for an associate's or are on trajectory to become able to get an associate's, and only a couple of you are on trajectory to get a bachelor's. I don't mean anything by that. I'm just trying to help you set yourself up for success. Okay? I know some of you don't plan to go to this route, and I get it, but I just want you to know that this is an option in which you are preparing yourself for. If you choose to go down a different route, a different program of study, all programs work like this. And so if you can take some of the information I'm giving you and you can use that and you can plan ahead, okay? Plan ahead so you can better prepare yourself to get through the program quicker and more cost effective, you're better off. So keep that in your back of your mind. Even though I'm talking about fields and technical CAD fields, maybe this applies to a different field and you can find yourself to be more successful. So this video, I'm actually going to move and talking about, we're going to continue the scenario that we've went through a year. We went through a year at Ivy Tech, and we're now looking at how we can actually go a second year, get the fourth certificate, maybe the fifth, and then the associates. But where it gets tricky is that they start calling their electives some different things, like transfer cluster elective. Now, I don't work for Ivy Tech deep enough that I know exactly what that means, and I don't know what TCEG actually stands for, elective, and so I'm going to give you my best guess. And that really what you need to do is you need to, if you're looking at getting an associate's and looking at how to streamline it there at Ivy Tech, you need to reach out to an academic advisor to get the clarification on what that is. And so you can begin to plan and look at what's going on. For example, I just think back to when I was at Purdue, and I was looking at taking 2 classes. And I remember walking in, and this kind of goes into point number 4. I walked in, my guidance counselor, or my academic advisor, and he says, well, you need to take this class, and you need to take this class. And I said, no, I can't do that. And he's like, well, why not? I said, well, this class ends at this time, this class starts at this time, which at Purdue, that was 10 minutes. And it was a 15-minute walk from one class to the next. And I'm like, there's no way I can make that. I'm like, I can't take that class because I'm taking this one and they're that far apart. Oh, that makes complete sense. I'm like, yeah, dude, I know. I would tell you, and this is one thing I've tried, and maybe I hadn't said it enough. It is your education. So I get so frustrated with guidance counselors and academic advisors because they do what's easiest for them. It's your education. Own it, guys. Plan it. Walk in and tell them what you're doing. Okay? It reminds me of what my I've always heard lawyers. Lawyers work for you. You pay them. You tell them what they're going to do for you. Okay? You don't let them make decisions and make them ring up their bill for you. You tell them what to do. So when you go in and you just ask general questions, get your answers, and then you walk into your guidance and academic advisor and tell them, I'm taking this class, this class, this class, and this class, and here's why. Because the point is let's think about this. You got a kid. You don't have daycare at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because daycare is closing. Oh, I can't take a 4 o'clock class because I got to watch my kid. So you can't take a class, but that's something they don't know, and so you got to tell them that. Okay, one other story along the way. We're going to stop with this scenario after the associates because places that offer bachelor's degrees in the state of Indiana don't play nice with each other. And so even if you would try to transfer, some of your credits would transfer to a major university and some of them won't. It depends on the institution. Here's an example, and this really did happen. I had a cousin who was getting his bachelor's from Purdue University, West Lafayette. He decided that he was transferring to be closer to home, which he's from northeastern Indiana, and he switched to IPFW. Okay, back then it was IPFW. He didn't change majors. He just changed locations. It actually cost him another year because the elementary education program at IPFW at the time wasn't Purdue, it was IU. So he transferred from Purdue to IU, and IU didn't accept some of his credits. So it cost him another year because they don't play nice in the state of Indiana. I know in the past, about 10 years ago, and I assume it's true, Ohio universities play nice with each other because some things about it is that the state gives money to the public universities, and they flat out told all public universities that if you want to continue to receive your public funding, you're going to play nice and you're going to accept credits 1-to-1. And if not, we'll take away your credit, your funding. So that's kind of what's going on. So, all right, moving on. We're going to look at the fifth. Okay, we're going to look real quick at the fourth program of study, fourth certificate, 101, 113, 204, and 220. We've already taken, okay? So now we have 195, okay? And we have one of these three. And we're just going to say we've taken 223, okay? This is dimensioning, okay? This is dimensioning. This is Introduction to SolidWorks, or actually we're going to go 271. We're going to go SolidWorks. And then we have 223, which is Parametric Solid Modeling. So in a lot of cases, that's going to be Inventor, that's going to be a SolidWorks, but how you go about doing it is going to be a little bit different. So that's what's going on with these classes, but I only need one of those three. So we're going to go 271 and 195. So if we jump over here, okay, here are the classes we've already taken. So we're at 25 credit hours because we've said that we've taken these 4 dual credits. We've taken 101, 113, 105, 115, 204, 108, 220, 104. Okay, we got our math, English, Ivy, and I threw on here my 3 classes that I decided that I was going to take to get that general certificate. So if I come in here and I throw on 2 more classes, all right, I got to find which one it is. This one. We're going to go 195